Hi everyone, welcome back. So last time we got to this point here, we had a red cube on a blue background, and we were happy now with colours and backgrounds and that type of thing. And we could also look into sort of scaling shapes with S, we could look into rotating shapes with R, and we could look into grabbing shapes and moving them around with G. Okay, so we've done quite a few things there. Now, this was all in object mode, which is where you add in shapes. So object mode is where you always want to be adding in your new parts to your model. So, a new cube, new sphere, that kind of thing. If you go into edit mode, you'll find that everything changes very slightly. The shape you had selected, you can now click on various vertices, or go up here, change it to edges. You can now click on various edges, or faces, and you can now click on various faces. The easiest shortcut is on your keypad across the top, the numbers. 1 is vertices, 2 is edges, and 3 is faces. Nice and easy. So why do we need edit mode when we've already got rotating, scaling and everything in object mode? Well, the difference is now you can edit different parts of a particular shape. So let's say we wanted to scale. We can now select this and we can scale up that face of the cube. We're making the shape completely different. Okay, well, let's go further. We can also rotate. There we go, rotate around the X, and we can sort of push that in there. There we go, changing the shape completely. And well, let's go crazy. Let's grab this one up here and grab way. We can put that wherever we want. So now rotate, scale, and grab have a huge amount more, and huge amount more we can do with them, and we can choose different parts. So one is vertices, so we can grab individual vertex and grab it wherever you want. 2 is edges, so we can just work with one edge. There we go, make it massive, why not? And 3 works with faces, as we've already seen. So we've got quite a few things we can work with there. Now, that's great, that helps us a lot, and what we can now start doing is actually building something very, very quickly. So if we go back to default and we get into edit mode, now I've been going into edit mode here. It's actually a much simpler way. If you press tab on your keyboard, you can go in and out of object and edit mode very, very quickly. So in edit mode, all we're going to do is make a very quick sort of human shape. So I'm going to go into 3, face mode. So see it up here, we can switch between it on 1, 2, and 3 on our keyboard as well. But 3, face mode, and we're going to press E. Now E extrudes, which is grabbing a face and extruding another part of the shape on top of it. So easier to see it than to explain it. So here you go, I'm on this face at the top. If I press E, I've extruded out that particular face. It's almost like dragging an extra shape out of the first shape. So let's keep going. There we go. We've got this guy here coming along nicely. So we've now got 3 shapes coming out of there. Let's grab down here, grab again. So now I'm just going to make a very, very simple human shape. And if you hold down shift, you can select multiple faces. Watch out, it's still got that one from the beginning, so I want to make sure I've only got the ones I want. So shift select both of those, and we can extrude them to the same length. There we go. We've now got sort of a very, very simple human frame from extruding. Now, let's go through it again. So let's give some kind of color to it. This time it's going to be green. Let's make our background some kind of complementary color to green. So apparently a purplish color. Let's just dumb that down a bit. And again, if we go into rendered mode, we can now see we've got a green object against a pinkish purple background. That's all great. He's looking quite blocky, this guy here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into this little menu here. Now this is the modifier menu. There's lots and lots of things in the modifier menu. There's a huge amount more that I can talk about now. The only one I want to talk about immediately is subdivision surface. Now subdivision surface is what I use most often, because what I like to do is grab a cube, extrude out a general shape, and then subdivide down into a sort of more soft shape. You'll see what happens when I click on it. So you can see it's immediately made the shape more detailed by introducing more faces on the shape. It's using my extruded boxes as a guideline to create a more sort of soft shape. Now if you look here, we can see we've got render and viewport. Viewport is what we're using at the moment, so if I put that up, you'll see it becomes more detailed. So more faces are now appearing, making it seem like it's a a more soft rounded object. Sorry. Render means when you render it out, that's what it's going to do. So if I want those to match, so now the viewport is 3, the render is 3 as well, so exactly the same. If I increase the render is now going to be actually more detailed than my viewport. Okay, so we've now got a fun little model, a background, color, we've used a modifier. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to press O on our right hand keyboard. 0, sorry, that is on the numpad. And if we press 0, it brings up the camera. Now at the moment, if we rendered, we're just going to get this little clip here in this box. That's not what we want. We want our full figure against the background. So let's get a few extra bits going. One of the most helpful shortcuts is N. N brings up this lovely little toolbar here. And if we go into View, we can put on Lock Camera to View. Okay, really, really important. N brings up the toolbar, View, Lock Camera to View. And you see the frame around the camera goes red. What that means is if you move the camera now, like your camera with your camera shortcuts on your mouse wheel, it will move the camera in the scene as well. So I can zoom out. Brilliant. I can move around like this. I can pan around properly by holding around Shift. I can now move it so I've actually got the perfect picture, and it's going to render in this format as well. There we go. Nice and easy. So if we render image out, you'll now see that we get a lovely model, all shiny and glistening against our background. Okay. Try and get to that point here, mess around with extrusion and subdivision surface and see what you make of it. Try and get to at least this point here where you can get some kind of subdivided model on top, coloured in with a background. And of course, if you're feeling a little bit more brave, you can try and make a model that looks like something rather than sort of this odd alien shape that I've made. A lot of people start with things like big bulky vehicles or a very simplistic humanoid. Have a try. Alrighty, good luck. Get to this point.